In a storm of swords, both Gilly and Dalla give birth to sons. The first is the bastard incest-bred son of Craster, and the second is the son of the current king beyond the wall, Mance Rayder. Craster is killed by the mutinous Night's Watch inside his home, which broke guess right, and Dalla dies in childbirth. So now you have two infant sons, half-orphaned, whose lives are in danger. What will happen? Hello, this is Misty. Welcome to another video on a theory from George R. R. Martin's series, A Song of Ice and Fire. Today we will be looking at the babies of the North. What will happen to Gilly and Dalla's sons? It's obvious that George R. R. Martin's series will end with both sadness and resolution. I want to argue that the babies are to demonstrate to the readers the desperation and the harshness of war and harsh living conditions. Babies are typically the first victims in both scenarios. Even Old Nan tells Bran that women smothered their babies during the winters. Jon Snow attempts to save one infant from one of these atrocities. Fire is a cruel way to die. Dalla died to give this child life, but you have nourished him, cherished him. You saved your own boy from the ice. Now save hers from the fire. For the most part, it seems that Jon Snow's plan will work. Melisandre won't be able to burn Mance's son for her spell. Unfortunately, Jon Snow is not aware of what is happening south of the wall. On the one hand, that is not his fault. And on the other hand, Jon Snow should be taking more precautions against what is happening near the wall. He managed to protect Mance's son from the wall, but what will happen to Gilly's? In A Feast for Crows and A Dance with Dragons, Jon Snow learns of Melisandre's plan to sacrifice someone with king's blood. He makes plans to send both Maester Aemon Targaryen and Mance Rayder's son away from the wall with Samwell Tarly and Gilly. Jon and Gilly switch the boys and send Sam with his entourage on their voyage. Gilly is obviously distraught. Now this is done because both Melisandre and Queen Selyse Baratheon insist on the sacrifice, so this could be why Jon Snow couldn't smuggle both babies away from the wall. However, readers have known for years who will be sacrificed and why, different from on the show. So what will happen to these baby boys? We know that switching the boys does not guarantee their safety. In addition, Melisandre is not the only danger to Westeros. The first theory is separated into either and or both possibilities. So the first theory, part A. Gilly's son will be abducted by his older brothers. After the mutiny at Craster's Keep by the Night's Watch, Gilly's mother and the surviving wives allow her to leave with Sam before, quote-unquote, they come. If you don't take him, they will, Gilly says. They, said Sam. The boy's brothers, said the old woman on the left. Craster's sons. The white cold's rising out there, Crow. They'll be here soon. The sons. This scene we learned that Craster wasn't sacrificing his sons to the others, but giving them to the others for some reason or another. So when Gilly agrees with Jon Snow to leave her son for Dalla's, it could be possible that the baby will have some brotherly connection to the other sons. And Gilly's baby could actually lead the others and the army of the dead directly to Castle Black. We still don't know what happened to those sons. However, I agree with the theory that there were 99 other sons that were given to the others. So only time will tell. And sadly, Gilly's son will be joining his older brothers. Second part of the first theory, Dalla's son will contract grayscale. A Dance with Dragons ends with several double scenes setting up for the Winds of Winter. First is battles at both Winterfell and Meereen. Next is the quote-unquote invasion of two quote-unquote foreign armies, the Golden Company in Westeros, and obviously the Dothraki and Meereen, and the blood sacrifice performed by both Melisandre and Euron, which we discussed the first part of this theory. And then the last one is the outbreak of both the Pale Mare in Meereen, which is also known as the Bloody Flux, and of Grayscale in the Stormlands. Now, Jon Connington, the exiled knight, returns home from his exile to sit, quote-unquote, Aegon VI on the Iron Throne. We know that he has contracted Grayscale from saving Tyrion Lannister from drowning and the Stone Men on the voyage through Old Valyria. Griffin's Roost is in the Stormlands, which is next to the Crownlands, Dorne, and the Reach, where both Hornhill and the Citadel are located. Now, what does this mean? This means that there's a possible outbreak of Grayscale in which there's no known cure for, and which even if you survive it, it is believed that the illness remains in that person and could come back. And given that it's Gilly who is in Hornhill with Mance Rayder's son, and both of whom of the North beyond the Wall, it is safe to say that if Mance and Dalla's son contract Grayscale, Gilly, being a member of the Free Folk, will have to kill the child in order to prevent the spread of Grayscale. My second theory is Sam Tarly will reunite the boys and Gilly will raise both of them as her fraternal twins. This is the ideal ending for Sam Tarly. This theory is supposed to reflect and to repeat the theme of family and children. So, as for instance, Ned Stark adopts Jon Snow. Dorne accepts bastard children as their own and raise them as natural children. Sam adopting both Gilly and Dalla's sons as his own and giving them a quote-unquote Lord's education at Hornhill would repeat what happened to Jon Snow by the end of the series. However, this scenario can only occur if one, Mance Rayder dies, thus leaving the son without neither of his parents. Sam, Gilly, and both babies survived the wars and the winter. Remember, winter will last longer than the wars. And Gilly's baby is reunited with her. So in other words, this scenario is a long shot. And I don't know, I doubt this is what George R.R. Martin has in mind, so sorry. My third and final theory is that both boys survive by the end of the series, but are never reunited with their actual families. If somehow both infants survive the wars and the winter, then they will grow into their assumed identities rather than their own. Gilly's son will be brought up as Dalla and Mance's son, and Dalla and Mance's son will be raised as Gilly and Craster's son. This could occur due to both the distance and the weather affecting a potential reunion of the boys with their families. Similar to Jon Snow's upbringing, both babies will believe they are someone other than their real selves. And when you think about it, if the winter is long, traveling will be difficult. Why risk the travel just to reunite one baby with the family, switch them back, or have them both together? It's too dangerous. And if the winter does not kill either or both, chances are they will not want to leave where they are for reunion. So, yeah, a permanent separation. It would be unfortunate if either baby died. However, very few infants and toddlers have been mentioned throughout the series. There was the little girl in the Riverlands that traveled with Arya in A Clash of Kings, and the babies mentioned to Daenerys Targaryen by the slaver of the Unsullied in A Storm of Swords. The sons of Gilly and Dalla are the ones who have connected with the readers the most. So if George R. R. Martin wants to inform his readers that everyone is affected by war, then what better way is there than including those babies? While I do not want either baby to die, there is no doubt that the deaths will contribute to George R. R. Martin's bittersweet ending, if it even happens. So, there you have it. One, both, or none of the boys will survive. What will happen to these infant boys of the North? I hope this video gave you something to think about. We do have some time until The Winds of Winter is released, so any comments or suggestions or thoughts on this video are welcomed. If you like this video, then please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to talk about other things with me, whether it's A Song of Ice and Fire, literature, sports, video games, then please follow me on one of my many social media pages, and we'll be in touch. So, until next time, thank you very much. This is Misty. Talk to you soon.